Hey, Garage Logic fans, Mishki here, slipping in ever so briefly to mention that I have a podcast that comes out every Wednesday and every Friday, twice a week now. The show is pretty much about everything you care about and are interested in and need in your life and want to know more about. I tailored the darn thing specifically to your liking. I tailored it to your loves, to your true passions. That took a long time. I'm spent. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely wasted.
Reusse like acid.
That'll happen on a fun Friday.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1656. November 7th, 2025. It was 74 degrees 5 years ago in 2020. And as we still were wrestling with that darn Halloween blizzard, it was 6 below in 1991. I believe that's the first below zero of the calendar year in terms of your record lows. Do yourself a favor. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner.
Hi.
Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop.
Yep.
John Heidt in the newsroom. And, of course, the rookie.
Hi.
Here is your flashlight.
Wardrobe change.
Fireworks commissioner.
Yep.
And the keeper of common sense.
I wish I had one today.
Your mayor.
Apparently we're doing the show from
Joe
hell.
Souchere.
I never touched it, by the way. I never touched the thermostat.
It's 10,000 degrees.
I didn't touch it.
I might have
Well,
to
fix it then.
bring out
did.
my Italian T-shirt.
You know, I want a different opening than that one.
Why?
The one thing, the only thing left that Saturday Night Live does well is that opening where you see all the cast of characters.
Hanging out.
Yes,
They're on
can
a
we
bus.
jump like I'm coming off of light rail?
They're
into
on
the
a bus.
station?
I want us to do that.
All right.
I think it's in the budget.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
Since you requested this, what is the percent chance the five of us will all be together in the same spot?
I have the perfect shot.
Yes, Kenny, do
I've
tell.
got shots of me on a tractor, but my favorite one is I'm sitting in a dozer, a bulldozer.
I would love that. I'm serious. Let's do it. Let's
That's
revamp.
actually not a bad idea.
Let's revamp.
I can
I'll drive
retool
an
it.
old British car.
Let's retool.
I'll be all set shopping with my wife at the Mall of America.
Yes.
Wait.
No, really. That would
Up
be
a dress
funny.
for
Yes,
Joe.
yes.
I already have Matthew's shot.
What is it?
I'm watching Channel 9 this morning.
Yes.
Tell me about this, because all I got was your text.
What do you want to
Bill
know?
somebody or the other. He's a good reporter. I don't
Barber
know.
Fathead. It was Bill Keller.
Bill Keller. He's out at the airport doing the standard airport story. And I'm just, watching out of the corner of my eye. In the background, Rookie goes strolling by with his head cranked to the left,
Oh, yeah.
looking right
I know.
at the camera.
Camera savvy. You got to be savvy with the camera.
Matthew, you're like a fox. You can sniff out a camera from a mile away.
Not only that, I expect Foley to be in the St. Paul Pioneer Press or the Minnesota Tribune tomorrow. Somebody was on the third floor taking pictures of the South Checkpoint, and I manned myself.
You did.
Right outside the lines, and I just fake pointing. Nobody was even there. I was just kind of fake.
You got to get a clipboard,
The
dude.
corner of my eye, the guy had a stocking cap on. He was from the paper, and I could tell in my peripheral when he was getting the camera up
got
there.
him, huh?
And then as soon as the camera went to his eye, I would go like a nod and a yup. That's ready.
That's where the luck
Pre-check
I
is
can't
good.
wait.
Pre-check is good.
Yeah.
There's no audio, but I was playing
Oh
the part.
my God, Kenny! It was this too. It was this. It was. Here comes Rose.
Here,
Yep. There we go.
I'm
Okay.
surprised you didn't go over and introduce yourself.
I did. I always say hi to the Channel 5 people because they're good people.
I want John holding a guitar.
Yeah, that's why I figured that would have to be the shot.
I want Reavers in a tinfoil makeshift hat. And Joe, you've got to be in an MG or something alike.
Yes. Say, yesterday I said,
Well, wait. What are we supposed to do?
You could be swinging a baseball bat or something.
No, you have the tinfoil hat
Yeah,
on.
Kenny
You're
already
upset
said
about everything.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The
You're
tinfoil hat.
mad, like, the world is ending.
I bet you look like a real doofus wearing a baseball uniform, don't you, Chris?
I used to look really good at it.
Ungainly.
Reavers has a blow-up globe, and it's deflating. And the world is ending as his camera shot. It's just going.
Could we move on now?
Yes,
If you'd like.
I can tell you more.
Yesterday we were saying that Mom Donnie to take over New York, having never done anything, is like grabbing, I said, you and making you CEO of 3M.
Right.
You wouldn't, or me. None of us would know what to do.
Not a shot.
And this led, who's the emailer? Joe from Egan. He said, this led me to compare the New York City 2026 budget, which is $116 billion,
Woo!
to some of the U.S. companies' value market cap of similar worth. So John Deere and Company has a market cap of $128 billion. Honeywell, $124 billion. Anheuser-Busch, $122 billion. UBS, $120 billion. It would be like taking anybody off the street and saying you're now running Spotify technology with a market cap of $127.40 billion.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's you know what it is? It's a great sadness. It's a tragedy that you've picked this non-entity to run a company with a market cap of $116 billion, which is New York City budget for 2026. It is fated, F-A-T-E-D. It is fated to be a disaster. Lockheed Martin, they're only $108 billion.
Oh, okay.
But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 American entities with market caps above $116 billion. And here goes Mom Donnie, who has no earthly idea. But we're experiencing the same thing here. Chris, you might want to have some audio ready. We're experiencing the same thing here with these DSA city council members in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. I believe Chughtai is the head of the budget committee. And the Minneapolis city budget is well over $1 billion. And she has no capability whatsoever to understand what that means, where it should go, where it came from. Completely uneducated in that regard. Now, unbeknownst to me, John Stossel apparently did one of his specials. And he was talking about rent control and how damaging rent control is. And I was alerted to Aisha Chughtai was one of his interviewees. Mm-hmm. And we have it queued up to Aisha Chughtai being grilled. Now, she just got reelected by a handsome margin. There must be a pocket in Minneapolis where they all got hit in the head with a bus or something. So here is Stossel, and he has a host of people on the show, apparently. And they're talking about the dreadful outcomes of rent control, and he finally gets to Aisha Chughtai in Minneapolis.
Well, they can just move a few blocks over to St. Paul's Twin City. Although Minneapolis also voted to allow rent control, they've been wary about imposing it.
There'd be a final report by the end of this year so voters could weigh in next year's election.
It matters that we take action now.
The city council members frustrated that Minneapolis hasn't yet adopted St. Paul's strict rules.
I'm going to keep fighting for a 3% cap with all of you.
I want us to follow their lead.
She's the only Minnesota rent control promoter who'd talk to me. If you're a builder, why would you build in a place where you can't raise the rent more than 3%, which is less than inflation?
If you're a person who lives in this city and you can't stay here anymore, then we don't have a city anymore.
But the way you have a city is if people build apartments and houses, and that's what eventually brings the price down.
In other cities, we have continued to see the development of property continue to happen.
What cities?
In San Francisco, there's continued to be development.
San Francisco? That's a bad example of new development. Builders still build in Minneapolis. Building permits were up 65% last winter. But in St. Paul, they're down 60% because of rent control. You're not going to get more apartments by pushing this. This pause is one of those rare interview moments where silence reveals so much.
I mean,
don't elected officials research issues before imposing government force on others?
I'm going to maintain that guaranteeing housing for people and making sure that they can stay in their homes matters more than anything else does.
You're a socialist.
Yeah.
Where has that ever worked? Again, the pause says it.
I'm doing a just fine job of representing my community.
Rent control is an appropriate tool nationally.
Nationally, socialists believe in rent control too.
Tell landlords that they cannot simply
I can't stand this
up
phony's accent. It just drives me crazy.
Larry David?
Chughtai is stupid.
When she has the pause, and I know we're a podcast, you can't see the video. The pause and then the look left, right, like, what do I say? Say something, say something, say something.
She doesn't know what to say. She is an angry woman, and she believes that without her intervention, the city cannot provide places for people to live. Mm-hmm. But it's her intervention that is precisely causing fewer places to live. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
Fewer places to live. Her ideology is antiquated. It has failed throughout history.
Keep in mind, too, when he was citing, John Stossel, by the way, when he was citing new building permits, 65% up in Minneapolis and 61% down in St. Paul.
Right.
This video is from 3 years ago.
Oh, it is.
So
see, I was alerted to this by an emailer, but it's absolutely spot on today.
What I'm saying is those building permits are not up 65% in Minneapolis today.
Oh, no, not at all.
Who's the guy we just had on who owns all
Jim
the
Rubin.
Her ward is Ward 10, and Jim has a lot of properties in Ward 10. It runs from Hennepin over to 35W on east and west. North side would be Franklin down to 36th Street by Bedade and Makaska.
I have some things to say about the incoming mayors of the Twin Cities. Kaohly Her probably is extremely left of me, which is fine with me because it still strikes me that she's sane. And I've learned, there was a good profile of her in the Star Tribune. She's 52 years old. She fled Laos with her family when she was about 2. She went to Chicago, followed relatives to Wisconsin, then followed relatives to her maternal grandparents in St. Paul, where there's a large Hmong community. Mm-hmm. And delightfully, her family refused to accept poverty. And they broke any poverty cycle they might have experienced in one generation. Her dad got a college degree, and they started buying homes under a city plan. I remember this. The city was offering you a house here and there for $1. You just had to fix it up.
Yep.
They did that, and they kept flipping and flipping and flipping and making money. Then Kaohly went to the University of Wisconsin at Madison. She and her father both involved in finance. She and her husband both involved in finance. She had a banking career for 15 years. She lived in Maryland, worked in Washington, D.C., worked in Chicago, came back here for purposes of raising her children. They had a house on Mississippi River Boulevard. They currently live on Summit Avenue. Okay. They have a hobby farm in Stillwater. She is the antithesis of who we've elected, whether it be a city council position or a mayoral position. She is the exact opposite of who we've elected. She has a vested interest as a homeowner, and she's probably enduring very pricey property taxes on Summit Avenue. She also owns this hobby farm, which tells me she's actually been in a hardware store.
Yeah.
We have elected young people who do nothing except attend gender seminars and anti-cop rallies. Here is a mayor-elect who probably has shoveled, pitchforked, climbed a ladder, got on a tractor, cut the grass. Mended a fence.
Torn down walls, thrown up sheetrock. If she's turning houses, think of the skills she had. And then she went from that to being a banker? Are you kidding me? Wow.
And then came back and she was raising the kids. I think I'll be a state senator, state rep. She's been a state rep. My point is, all I can do is wish her good luck and wish the city of St. Paul good luck.
I'm excited for you to talk to her.
But she'll be on next week.
Tuesday.
The city in person, I hope. We don't know that yet?
I believe so. I believe she will join us in the studio.
The point is, St. Paul has a fighting chance now. It did not have a fighting chance. Mm-hmm. She puts these 23-year-old professional activists to shame. They can claim nothing about leading a real life that can be identified by many of the families in St. Paul. No one can identify with these renters who are fearful at the smell of gasoline and only attend pronoun seminars. So we have a hope. There is a hope in St. Paul. Miraculously, a different kind of candidate was elected. I would have said the same thing about Chen. I would have said the same thing about Mike Hilborn. I would not have said the same thing about that Pee Wee Herman guy who all he does is ride his bike. But Melvin, you've had two chances. You were not the answer.
Can you imagine if we had a third term for Melvin, where St. Paul would be 4 years?
I think you would see many businesses that still are in St. Paul leaving. I think that would happen. And anyway, I believe there's hope for St. Paul. Now, as to Jacob Fry.
Wait a minute. Before you move on to Minneapolis, what do you predict her relationship with the council will be, Joe? Because the council is all activists.
I hear that she does not suffer fools gladly. I hear she can be a taskmaster.
Good.
I hear she can be tough to work for. I don't think she'll put up with their nonsense.
Do they have the ability in St. Paul to override her veto?
Probably.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I think her private sector history is the reason that she doesn't suffer fools.
Well, I know, Matthew, I know she'll be able to talk circles around each and every one of them. Just based on...
She already did when I met her at the Nativity County Fair.
Yeah. Well, the question is, will the council be able to understand her experience and benefit from it?
Of being a regular American?
Yeah. Will they be able to absorb the fact that this is a regular woman, a mother, a property tax owner, deeply invested in property ownership? Are they going to be able to identify with that?
Because they didn't have to with Melvin.
No.
And she understands and has achieved the American dream. Yep. That is building something out of nothing, even if that meant equity in houses that you flip. That's a brilliant way to make money.
Well, she's gone from a refugee camp in Laos to living on Summit Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay, you know why? Because they did not settle for the BS.
Yeah.
Now, Fry, what are you going to do with now your third chance? It seems to me, and he now can get his vetoes through. They don't have enough communists anymore on the council to override his vetoes. Will you take this opportunity, Fry, to get this city back to its flourishing days? Can you pull that off? It's time for Fry to man up. He strikes me as he doesn't know where his lane is. He wants to, and there's nothing wrong with Fry trying to be as friendly and charitable to all people as possible. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
They're all constituents.
But at some point, the right ideas have to prevail, Jacob. You can't keep seeing a shred of workability in some of these bad ideas. Write them off as bad ideas and use your soapbox to advance only the good ideas. You're going to have to cut spending. You have the same property tax problem in Minneapolis. You have to buckle down and insist on sanity.
We're going to make a conservative liberal out of him, I hope.
No, you don't even need to be that, but he's bordering on not sane.
Well, 41% of Minneapolitans said yes to Jacob Fry, which means they said no to Fateh. Go ahead, Kenny.
Here I am defending him, defunding the police, number one, point in his favor.
But he's got to even be more pro-police. He did it while tap dancing.
He did, you're right. Number two, George Floyd Square,
And
38th in
BS.
Chicago. He's trying. But
he's tap dancing.
Now he's got...
You have the power, Jacob. Say you've had enough of the BS. Open the street. See you later. And
whether you are from Galmudug,
what the hell is this idiot blabbing about?
Or Getaway,
This is him.
You are from Minneapolis.
Oh, I thought that was Mom Donnie.
No, this is
Whether you are from Bosaso or Mogadishu, you are from Minneapolis.
Stop it. That's fine. We all know that. Stop it.
Not quite like Lee Greenwood, is it?
Stop it.
No, but I think it's to your point, Matthew. He is talking to all voters there. Here I am defending him again.
Wow.
I think we just had such a close call there that...
But all voters does not mean that all voters have the great ideas. Only accept the best ideas.
That's a good way of saying some people are just dumb.
That's right. And that's just the way it works sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
End of the season sale now out at EcoFun Motorsports. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here. If there's anything water-related left in the store,
everything must go.
That's on sale, too. And you get the Triton trailer with it. Those are great trailers. I think they're made up that way. They're American trailers. They're worth $1,000. All electric bikes on sale at $9.99, starting at $9.99. Motorcycles and scooters at their lowest prices of the year. Youth recreational equipment. All the winter equipment is in. And as I say, if any of the water stuff, the lake stuff is still there, what a time to buy now. Because Tim wants that floor space.
Let's open
Let's
her up.
go here.
Open her up.
It's going to be the most fun store you'll ever enter. It's in Forest Lake / Columbus. It's on Highway 60. No, Joe.
Where is it?
It's on Highway 97, immediately west of the interstate. Go through a few roundabouts and bing, bang, boom, there you are. Highway 97 west of the interstate, down in Burnsville on the service road of life near County Road 42. Winter storage is underway. Look it up on the website, book your appointment. In fact, I have to do that so you can come back in and get the new Yamaha scooter I bought in July and store it in the winter and service it and bing, bang, boom, and bring it back to me in the spring. EcoFunMotorsports.com.
This is Reusse. You've been hearing my friend Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, for years on the radio and the Garage Logic podcast. With summer coming on, I strongly recommend you sit down with Josh for your no-cost, no-obligation, 48-minute consultation on your investments, including your IRA and 401k. You can benefit from Josh's years of experience navigating different market and economic conditions, and he'll always give you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice. Give Josh a call now at 952-925-5608 and book your no-cost, no-obligation 48-minute consultation. 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did meet with Josh, and tell him that Reusse sent you.
It's the end of the world as we know it, but he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
You know what? It's a big day here in GL. You know why? Anakana, you want to know why?
I know why. Because we're nuts.
We have breaking news with our friends at We Are Nuts and WeAreNutsMN.com. Oh, yeah, by the way, I just got to let all of you know, they brought us a bounty, but the cinnamon toffee peanuts are coming home with me. So
you got to trade. It's like lunch at school.
Joe, I know you were gifted some.
On behalf of John and myself, by us, who are you referring to?
Well, if you two would get your fat asses into the studio once in a while, you might be gifted the gift of We Are Nuts and WeAreNutsMN.com. But the thing is, the cinnamon toffee peanuts are a big hit in the Reavers household. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Quick Trip and Cub Foods are now having your supply.
Quick Trip?
So you can go
My
in.
favorite place.
Get yourself a burger.
Yeah.
Get yourself a jar of toffee.
Oh.
Actually, will you do me a favor?
No. Yeah.
When you go to Quick Trip this weekend,
Yeah.
No.
will you go get me some cinnamon toffee peanuts?
I will.
And then bring them back.
Get the
up?
glazed donuts, the O donuts for the
We're
next
doing
day.
a nuts commercial.
Right.
I know.
I need
thought we were
toilet
doing
paper.
Quick Trip. Wait a minute.
But here's the deal. If you're in charge of gifting this holiday season, they are making it so easy at WeAreNutsMN.com. You just download the Corporate Gifting Exchange catalog. It's right there on the homepage. You can pick your tins, whether it's the cashews, the mixed nuts, the chocolate almonds, the hokey pokey popcorn, even the famous four. You send them your gift list, and then they're going to pack, personalize, and then ship each tin, even with custom enclosure cards featuring your company's logo and also your message. But here's the deal. You got to do it by November 14th to get them in time by Christmas. WeAreNutsMN.com, Joe.
It just came up before the show. It is an interesting development. There's a guy in Utah. Isn't he a senator, Mike Lee?
Senator, yes.
Yeah.
He's a senator from Utah. And he has introduced new legislation to amend the Wilderness Act to allow for easier immigration enforcement on public lands around the border of the United States.
The Wilderness Act of 1964 bans motorized vehicles, chainsaws, roads, and other activities and infrastructure that would ruin federally designated wilderness, which it defines in part as undeveloped federal land retaining to its primeval character and influence.
Well, apparently Lee believes illegal immigration in those pristine areas like the Boundary Waters leads to trash buildup, wildfires started by undocumented immigrants, unauthorized trail building, and cattle and livestock escaping when people cut fences. Okay, I'd like to know how many illegal immigrants are swimming across the lakes and the Boundary Waters to get into the country. One every 6 years?
If even.
I don't want telephone towers in there. I'm sorry. I'm going to go euphorian on you. I don't want towers in there where you're going to stand there with your video game gun.
I don't want roads.
That.
Keep it pristine.
Roads.
Keep it
I don't
pristine.
want any of that.
I don't want roads in there. I don't want comm centers. Bleep you, Lee. This bill, he said, would provide the needed authorities and steps to secure the border, conserve land that is ravaged by illegal immigration. What part of the United States, possibly the bottom of Arizona and Texas, there's been some ravage? Other than that, what part of this country has been ravaged by illegal immigration?
None that I've heard of. And
Nope.
This includes designated wilderness areas within 100 miles of the border, Joe. We're talking Maine, Minnesota, Montana, Idaho, Washington.
So a guy sneaks across the border into northern Maine, walks 100 miles. He'll then run into the Lee equipment that's been installed in a national park. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
The guy gets 100 miles. No. Enough is enough from these fruitcakes. This is it.
Stauber is behind this, Representative Stauber.
Well, you're wrong, Pete. You're
from
you're
up
wrong.
north.
I know where he's from, and he's wrong.
And he referenced...
Hey, Stauber, show me the numbers from the boundary waters that are so concerning.
Yeah, because he referenced a trip he made, and he referenced what you just brought up, the U.S.-Mexico border in Arizona.
Lee's bill would amend the Wilderness Act of 1964 by allowing DHS, Department of Homeland Security, to conduct a number of activities normally prohibited by law, including building roads, fences, physical barriers, and using motorized vehicles. No.
Continue to Portage.
Here's what they're doing. Now they patrol by foot, canoe, or aircraft. Now, can you imagine now, I realize you're not the type of guy to do it, but if you were, can you imagine being 100 miles from nowhere in the boundary waters in your canoe, and here comes a helicopter, treetop height, over the woods and
Who
over
do we
the
call
lake?
here? I'd like the numbers. Well, start looking it up, Rook. How many illegal immigrants cross into the U.S. at the Minnesota-Canadian border?
6.
Yep.
I bet you it's not 6. Now, we had a family freeze to death last year, the year before, trying to get into North Dakota, but they were handled poorly by a smuggler who abandoned them.
Yeah.
I think freezing to death inside of a semi-trailer is a tough way to go.
They weren't in a semi-trailer. They were on their own. They froze on the trail.
Have you ever found yourself accidentally in Canada? I have. It's remarkably easy to cross the border undetected. You're riding along in your sled, and all of a sudden, holy S, I'm in Canada. I better turn around before a low-flying helicopter starts shooting at me.
Now, in 2024, this is broad now, U.S. authorities encountered nearly 200,000 individuals attempting to cross the northern border. They haven't broken it down, but they said... comparison to previous years, this is a large increase compared to just 7 years prior, where there were far fewer encounters.
Where are you going to cross, though? Are you going to cross the middle of North Dakota? Or are you going to try to get a canoe and an outfit, a backpack, and everything it takes to go through the boundary waters? Come on, man.
Well...
Do you think it should be broken down, Joe? In certain areas, go ahead. Arizona, Texas.
Customs Border Patrol reported encountering 19,498 migrants between border posts on the northern border between October 23 and July of 2024.
Again, that doesn't break it down.
Well, that goes from Washington to Maine.
Well, 15,000 of them in the Swanton sector, which runs along Quebec's border with New York and Vermont.
Quebec.
So we still don't know. If there's an area where it's obvious that it's a trouble spot, go ahead. But why are you going to ruin the BWA, CCCTM, BW61Z area?
Okay, the year before that, the Customs Border Control reported encountering only 2,200.
I know who you could get on. What's his name with the dogs?
Dennis?
The block of ice. No, the block of ice at the state fair.
Steger.
So yeah, get Will on.
Here, I thought you were talking about Ron Shearer, the guy with the dog.
I just...
what do you think?
I think that it's comforting to know that we have lands undisturbed by this apparatus.
Thank you.
I hope that continues.
Yeah.
Not being one that could ever handle portaging, but I'd like that option.
No, it's an amazing wilderness area up there. It truly is.
I just think it's a shame to think that what could happen to that kind of land particularly between Washington and Maine. Now, if you've got, they're already building a fence in Texas, aren't we? I mean, so were there?
Yeah, but that's more unsightly.
Well, there's. Let's just put up a big fence between Canada and the U.S. We got paint trees on it.
You're reading my mind. I was thinking,
like a road runner.
What is a fence from the end of the Gunflint Trail?
Boy, is it hot in here.
Over to War Road.
It's a big tunnel.
Oh, my Lord. Can you imagine the cost of that?
Okay. I'm not allowed to look at Matthew during the show anymore.
No, you're not.
Can you imagine
tries to go through the
Joe and Rookie on an excursion?
Oh, I'd love to portage with you.
Can I tell you something?
You want to go camping?
I'm being shorts.
You want to go camping?
No,
if you woke up one morning.
No, wait a minute.
Your britches
wait
were around
a
your
minute
ankles.
here. Wait a minute.
Would you tell anybody?
My outdoors experiences are being really short shrifted here.
Oh my God, I'm sweating.
I fire in the backyard.
I've been up there.
Which?
Oh, you have?
I've
been up there.
You can get there.
And by I've been up there means Anoka.
No.
Like me when I went camping.
I motorcycled to Ely and did some exploration.
There it is.
Hey, Grizzly Adams, which end of the canoe are you in?
Oh.
Are you in the front taking it easy, or are you driving the thing in the back?
Driving.
Steering.
Oh, my God.
You're in the back?
Jesus, don't drive. You keep rolling.
Who's in charge of the rations?
Me.
I got them. I brought
you're
microwave beans. I brought some. They're frozen right now, so we got to let them thaw.
I like the idea of the BWABC XYZ area, and I don't want towers there and roads and motors. Okay, so
and
I'm
if you go in
euphoria.
there, you're on your own.
I'm
We're
a
not going to
euphoria.
go rescue you.
Especially you.
Yeah, we'd have fun roasting some hot dogs.
What night would be game night?
Thursday, because we can't watch Survivor.
Oh, jeez.
Have any of you been in the Boundary Waters? Am I the only one?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I'm up there.
I have.
Where'd you go
haven't
in
been
I
beyond
went
Elk
right down
River.
there off of Main
Joe?
Street.
Where'd you go in at?
Downtown.
Up there in the area around
right off Maine.
The trail.
in the area around Ely.
You can get there. You can get
There's
there.
a trail.
Lakes.
I went in at Crane Lake. That's
Yeah, me too.
You know, I can tell you a story about that.
Cranes everywhere, all around the lake.
Be quiet a minute. Here's what would change. My brother was canoeing in the Boundary Waters.
Wait.
Well, I can't
Which
even
one?
picture
Which
either
brother?
one.
Paul.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh, that makes
more so.
sense.
In 1988.
It's Johnny. You go to
Now, here's what the Boundary Waters was in 1988 and still is, and how it would not be if Mike Lee got his way. My dad died while he's in the Boundary Waters.
That's sad.
And he said from a great distance, he sensed Rangers canoeing towards him. And then he saw them, and they're paddling to go find him. That's how you would get out of the Boundary Waters. Can you imagine what if Lee had his way?
Motorboat.
Some helicopter would drop down. And
I'm seeing Paul throwing fish in the woods, burying the weed, getting rid of the whiskey, burning up the porn magazines.
Wow. He was alone, you know.
God, they're coming for me.
Yeah.
How they know?
But he knew instantly when he saw the Ranger what had happened.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And now that's how life is there. You want you want a giant 4x4 to become barreling through the woods?
No, it's
Canoe
bad enough that
drive-through?
it's bad enough that the helicopters go over.
Well,
I'm picturing.
do we know where we are on the Mike Lee legislation? Of course, they're not meeting, so nothing's happening.
Senate only. I don't think that Stauber has introduced it into the House yet.
Correct. That's exactly correct, Kenny.
Well, Pete, don't. Why don't you show some courage? I know that you Republicans don't have any, but why don't you show some?
Let's just picture the two of you in a tent in the Boundary Waters.
Boy,
Nobody has any courage in Washington, Democrats or Republicans. And I want a guy sent me an email. What are we, 30 days? We're a month into the shutdown, if not longer. I want a month's reduction in my taxes. You're not working. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm tired of getting billed.
What do you think the odds are?
Good luck
None.
with that, pal.
Reduced my federal tax bill by 1/12. And then this goes on 2/12.
Well, I hope
No, that would be
1/6.
1/6.
There you go.
Look at that. Divide it.
See?
That's called math.
That's
Math. Fractional math.
it. Well, Chris, you want me to take a break? And
I first want to, because I
back to
can't
that
get the
tent
cartoon.
scenario.
Yeah, the tent scenario where I'm going to gather
Chris.
that Rookie probably wakes up
Just-
first because you're not a morning guy.
Chris, just setting up the tent would be worth the price of admission.
That would be the highest rated YouTube video in history.
We should, you know what? If we ever do this,
why are my skills being dismissed?
we should have a tent setting contest at the state fair.
Why do you have me hooked up with him?
It's guilt by association,
Because
Joe.
this show has been you and Rookie since the get-go.
Yeah, but I can set up a tent.
I'm picturing.
Not if it's windy.
You guys are, you're side by side. You're not sleeping together, but you're side by side.
Close.
Rookie
Are
wakes
you here
up
for
first,
the camping?
and he kind of gives Joe the glance and says,
It's cold.
"How do you like your coffee?"
Yeah. How do you want your coffee?
Quit,
Or
Chris.
like Laurel and Hardy when they're in the haunted house. Have a nice long sleep.
Yeah, Chris, they make this thing now so you don't have to get out of the tent to relieve yourself.
Oh, God.
You just open up the top and go inside of it and
Kapuya?
close the top back up, and it sits there right next to your
The
pillow.
number 1 version of Mr. Chair.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's
I
The
wish.
Jug, Mr. Jug.
I know that my I know that my dad and my uncle Jeff and my brother Steve and his friend Jim Rohn wish they would have had that when my uncle Jeff relieved himself down in Whitewater in the tent, and then Steve woke up the next day and said, "Why is my pillow all wet?" And Jeff
Can we take a break
Jeff
now?
finally fast up to
Just take a break.
I may not have got all the way outside.
Let's take a break and come back with
God rest his
John
soul,
Heidt.
Jeff.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
Let's talk about Awaken 180 weight loss and awaken180weightloss.com 180, by the way. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. It's the weight loss program that's built for absolutely anybody. Busy schedules, hectic work schedule, it doesn't matter. They're here for you because they want you to be able to reach your weight loss goals. And you know what? I'm really happy that I've found this program. I was down 4 pounds my first week. I was hoping 4 more this week, but only 3.5 this week. But that's okay. You know what? It's the program that's made for you. There's no medications. There's no working out. I mean, obviously you can do that if you'd like, but there's also no gimmick to this program. You eat. You listen to your coach, you stay on your schedule, you make some small adjustments, you talk in the background even though your microphone is on. And you know what? Most people are going to lose between 4 to 5 pounds every single week. And you know what? Your energy level is going to go up. You're going to want to do more stuff. And that's the beauty of awaken180weightloss.com. Check them out for yourself. And you can call them.
I think he is right now.
You can call them also for your free consultation at 844-346-1800, 844-346-1800, or awaken180weightloss.com. And please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them on the Garage Logic podcast. Hi, Joe.
Here's John Heidt.
Here's John Heidt in the newsroom.
John
Here
Heidt.
he is.
Thank you, Kenny.
Yes,
and
it is.
Chris and Joe and
Yeah.
Rookie. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This news is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Before I get to news, I got kind of depressed because I started watching the Stossel thing, you know. That thing is almost 4 years old, and she looks so damn stupid, and we don't know it by now. You know what I'm saying?
How has that escaped us?
What's with her voters in Ward 10? They must be.
It's almost as if people aren't paying attention.
Is it a group home area? Or?
It's a lot of young people.
Yeah.
But if you watch that, you know what I'm saying.
A lot of rental properties.
It's honestly, John, when I watched that, the thing that occurred to me is, especially after this past Tuesday with the re-election of a lot of these people, it's the process. People are just saying, "Oh, I'm going to." Those that decide to show up are just saying, "Oh, I'm just going to check this box."
Well, they're idiots.
There you go. All right. In news.
Noted.
The Federal Aviation Administration's mandated flight reductions at 40 major U.S. airports began today, affecting travelers here in Minnesota and across the country. The cutbacks are starting at 4% and impact only domestic flights. However, that number will ramp up to 10% on November 14th if the federal government shutdown continues. The decision will impact thousands of flights across the country, including many here in Minnesota. According to data from the Metropolitan Airports Commission, MSP averaged 843 flights per day last year, meaning a 4% reduction would impact about 34 flights a day. A 10% cut would equate to about 84 flights per day. As of 8 this morning, Minneapolis-St. Paul listed 6 incoming and 7 outgoing flights as canceled. Additionally, aviation tech company FlightAware reported 32 planned cancellations at MSP today, although the cause of those isn't clear, so not all could be related to the FAA-ordered reductions. The vast majority of the cancellations noted by FlightAware involved regional routes like Endeavor Air and SkyWest.
I sorted through all my socks.
Nice.
And
you were looking for your Friday socks.
Created a bag of socks that might go to people who need some socks.
Boy, you are generous.
Yeah.
Did they all have holes in them?
No.
Big toes sticking out?
They're all cleaned.
Any of them stand on their own?
Nope. And I got rid of all the socks that I found too difficult to put on.
You know what you have to do? I've discovered this in my old age. Lean up against something.
Yeah.
Hey, something, Kenny.
Sit down.
Yeah. No, I used to sit down. I got the belly in the way now.
Oh,
so I lean up against something.
I don't like tight socks.
Do you like those nice white tube socks that have the
none.
2 red
No.
stripes on top that go all the way to your knees?
Boy, it's a good feeling to sort through your socks.
Let's see, yeah.
So, because the goal was that...
What's the goal?
The goal was don't have to look for a certain pair. Just grab any pair, and I know they'll be easy to put on.
What about the briefs? Are you donating the underpants?
No, I have got good ones. I don't.
We got some good Billy Bobbers.
Yeah.
All right, John, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Saddest podcast segment I've ever
I don't know
heard
what
in
I
my life.
thought of it. I don't know why I made me think of that.
May
Yes,
I ask,
Chris?
May I ask a brief question about the airport story?
Yeah.
Matthew, when you know the camera is rolling, do you have a go-to move? I mean, do you know what you're pretending to reenact when the camera light is on?
Yes. You have you can't smile because you're not having fun.
Because you have to be serious. I mean, you're in charge.
It's an airport.
You have a stern look, and it's kind of the eyebrows go
He's
down
doing
and
it right
together.
now. Yeah.
And as if you're looking.
Look at him. He's actually
through the security line to see if anybody is, bringing in drugs or money or illegal activity. Yeah. And then if you point, when you point, it's just one nod.
Do you nod?
Yep. Or up nod. You got him? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Like there's a current robbery in progress. You got him? All right.
All right.
Let's go.
Suspect has been apprehended.
Yep, we got been briefed.
Nothing to see here.
Right.
Patrick Knight.
Keep this line moving.
Move along. Whose socks are these?
We all got places to go.
Are those
here.
Souchere socks? Let me see those. I go up to TSA.
feet.
Let me see those socks. They say Garage Logic.
Is somebody burning trash? I smell feet.
I got a feeling I'm about 3 minutes in here. This is going to be a tough news segment,
I'm
isn't it?
waiting for you,
I'm gonna
John.
be
It's
professional.
my fault, and I
I'm
apologize.
going to pretend I'm at the airport
I
and be
apologize.
professional.
Patrick Knight, a snack.
God forbid you do that here.
Matt, settle down.
Here I am.
Patrick Knight, a snack company CEO and retired Marine, launched his campaign for Minnesota governor this week. He is the latest to join a crowded field of candidates seeking the Republican nomination. A graduate of Wayzata High School, Knight earned his undergraduate degree from College of the Holy Cross before attending law school at Georgetown. He served in the Marine Corps for more than 2 decades, both active duty and reserve, and retired as a lieutenant colonel. After leaving the military, he earned his MBA from Harvard University. 59-year-old Knight is the current CEO of Weymouth Foods, and his past experience in the food and agribusiness industry includes stops at Cargill and as president of the startup Kateri Foods. According to his campaign website, his platform is focused on increasing affordability, creating job opportunities, strengthening Minnesota's public schools, and supporting public safety. He joins a pretty crowded field already for the GOP nod to run for governor. Among the folks on the Republican side, House Speaker Lisa Dameth, State Rep Kristen Robbins, 2022 GOP gubernatorial nominee Scott Jensen, and 4 candidates who haven't held public office, Jeff Johnson, Brad Kohler, Kendall Qualls, and Philip Parrish.
Okay, and here's what they're going to do. They're going to screw it up. Because you have a year to determine who would be the best candidate to beat Walz. And they'll screw it up. They did last time.
I disagree.
Well, I hope you're right, Kenny.
It's Lisa, and Kendall is the lieutenant. I'm sorry. I apologize to Kendall for changing my loyalty to Lisa, but I think she has a better chance, and I think you, as lieutenant governor, would put you in that office in 8 years. I think that is the perfect Republican ticket, and I think those two should campaign together every single day until the election.
Well, I hope they don't screw it up.
And just to be clear, Damouth does not work for Weymouth.
We know that.
Here's John.
Authorities in Dakota County say shelter in place was advised on Wednesday night after a man with a shotgun knocked on the door of a home in Ravenna Township. Deputies responded to the report. It was about 10 at night. The man was holding a shotgun and wanted a can of gasoline, according to authorities. A shelter-in-place alert was sent out as a precaution while law enforcement searched the area, but the suspect was never found. He was described as being a white man in his mid-20s with a patchy beard, wearing a baseball cap, glasses, and a dark-colored plaid shirt. Anyone who might have information or who saw or heard anything unusual is asked to contact Dakota County authorities.
Where was that, John?
That was in Dakota County in...
Ravenna Township?
Ravenna Township.
Oh, with a V.
Ravenna.
So out in the middle of nowhere somewhere.
But Dakota, I mean, it's close to the metro.
I mean, look where that is.
I'm trying to think how I would handle that.
It's just outside of Hastings.
Yeah.
Ravenna Township.
You know, it's tough to give up gas. You know.
Well, especially when a guy's holding a shotgun at your door. That's kind of...
Yeah, well, no, that might persuade you to give up the gas, but you think about it.
What if I answered the door with a shotgun, though?
Then I think you'd have been all right.
Then we have a shotgun standoff.
Right.
It's right next to the river.
Okay, thank you.
There's an Applebee's.
Oh.
At this week's Stillwater City Council meeting, 3 applications for cannabis retail businesses were reviewed. Only one was approved. An application from ABJKM Holdings, LLC, was approved unanimously. The property falls in the correct district and complies with all requirements. Another application from Hash Brown, LLC, was unanimously denied as the property is within 1,000 feet of Chesterton Academy of the St. Croix Valley. That violates the requirement of cannabis businesses to maintain a 1,000-foot distance from schools. The other application is a little more confusing, and, the Planning Commission recommended approval, but they also recommended the council review a couple of questions that came up for the property. The reason, Curio Dance is in the area, and that's called a school. The property in question is within 1,000 feet of Curio Dance. However, the city attorney noted that if they are a school, they must comply with the attendance and test score reporting requirements under state statute. Curio confirmed they do not do that, so they don't qualify as a school under the legal definition. That classification was accepted by city council members. The issue that caused a divide was a question of how the city wanted to measure the distance from an attraction regularly used by minors. The property in question is located very near the St. Croix Valley Recreation Center Dome.
It's going to be fun to see how long the market survives before the inevitable collapse, because there's so many stores offering it and the prices are just going to drop and nobody's going to be able to stay in business. Plus your neighbor Steve, your other neighbor Jeff, and then there's Warren and Henry and Clifford. They're all growing weed in their basement, so they're giving it away. So, it's just incredible how funny this state is and how bad they've screwed this up.
John,
Mr. Rookie, yes.
Before you continue, a little research because it's food-based. Your food executive, Patrick Knight, that has announced his run for governor. Mm-hmm. He does indeed work for Weymouth Farms. It is a family-owned food company that makes healthy snacks and salad toppings. Founded 1976 in the garage of the founder's home in Minnesota.
Wow. Nice.
Just a little side note.
That, yeah.
What's your favorite salad topping, Joe?
Oh, I'm a blue cheese guy.
Oh, yeah,
That's
baby.
tough to beat.
We take a quick break.
Let's
here.
do that.
I'm hungry.
And hear from Mr. Olson.
It's widely known, I think everybody realizes this, that I am the Garage Logic Seafoam expert. You can ask me anything about Seafoam, and I'll tell you that Seafoam is going to help your engine run better, last longer, and prevent all the common engine problems. It cleans and lubes all the critical parts, and it's safe in gasoline and diesel engines. Now, how do we use it? That's actually the question I get the most. Now, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you, give those cylinders a heavy pour, a big bump, way too much, just perfect. But that's me. And, I'm wrong most of the time. So let's go right to the website. And that is seafoamworks.com. They spell it out for everybody here for regular system maintenance. Now, this is you're at the gas station, you're filling her up, put in 1 ounce per gallon. If you want to clean, add 1 or 2 or more ounces per gallon to a low tank. Burn that for a while. The more you add to the fuel, the better it cleans. If you're running a 2-stroke premix, put in about 2 ounces per gallon. That really helps there. And when it's time to put those cylinders away for the season, you're going to want to stabilize that fuel. 1 ounce per gallon is just fine. Now, where do we find it? Well, the engine treatment, you find it, it's virtually everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's a whole shelf full of Seafoam motor treatment. Auto parts, of course, big box, convenience stores, hardware stores, even grocery stores. It's everywhere. And it is the best thing that you can do for your cylinders. Like Joe said originally, a wonderful product in a world of bad gas, Seafoam.
Oh, here?
Yep.
The water's cold.
The earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Hold on, let me hit this button. North American Banking Company.
Bilski!
The official bank here in Garage Logic, proud supporters of Johnny Height's newscast each and every single day. And you know what? They are here to create a better banking experience for all of you people. Whether you're looking to update your personal finance, maybe you're a business owner, it doesn't matter. They are locally owned and operated. Here's why that's important. That means loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities. They are not sent out of state. So this helps all of you business owners solve problems quickly and also expand your business with confidence. Online and mobile banking are important for everybody these days. And you might think that a community bank would have versions of these that were maybe updated back in 2010. Well, no, that's not the case. North American Banking Company has the same online and mobile banking tools as the other big national banks, and they are very easy and also convenient to use. You can see for yourself. Check them out online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender. Johnny?
Thanks, Chris. In national news, President Trump's administration this morning asking a federal appeals court to block that judge's order that it distribute November's full monthly SNAP benefits amid the U.S. government shutdown, even as at least some states said they are moving quickly to get the money to people, and some states have already sent it out. U.S. District Judge John J. McConnell Jr. had given the Trump administration until today to make the payments through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, but the administration asked the appeals court this morning to suspend any court orders requiring it to spend more money than is available in a contingency fund. The court filing came even as Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers' spokesperson, Brett Kudebak, said that some SNAP recipients in the state already had received their full November payments overnight. Federal judge issued a preliminary injunction against federal immigration agents over their use of force during Operation Midway Blitz, telling lawyers for the Trump administration she found their evidence simply not credible. District Judge Sarah Ellis said she's granting complete relief to the plaintiffs and rejected the government's request for a stay pending appeal, saying they have not made a strong showing that they're likely to succeed on the merits of their claim. A group of protesters and journalists sued the Trump administration over immigration agents' aggressive tactics in Chicago. Ellis had already issued a temporary restraining order prohibiting agents from using tear gas and other riot control weapons against people who do not pose an immediate threat. Meanwhile, the man who hit a federal agent with that Subway sandwich, he was found not guilty of the misdemeanor charges involved in the case yesterday. According to charging documents, Sean Dunn threw a sub-style sandwich at a Customs and Border Patrol officer stationed at a busy intersection in Washington in August. The incident widely publicized. The U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. initially tried to charge Dunn with felony assault. When a grand jury wouldn't indict him on that charge, the case was downgraded to a misdemeanor charge for assaulting or impeding federal officers. Dunn argued he was being singled out because of his criticism of the Trump administration. His lawyers talked about the absurdity of the situation in court, arguing it was a harmless gesture that caused no harm or injury. The agent, who was wearing a bulletproof vest at the time, admitted during the trial he received gag gifts from his colleagues, including a plush-filled sandwich and a patch that said felony footlong.
Giving him the needle.
Are we
reporting
sure?
Isn't what it used to be. What kind of? It wasn't an Italian BMT, was it? Because if it was, I'm going to go off the rails.
It's a little heavy. That's a little heavy.
That's the best sandwich Subway makes.
He did part of. Seriously, I'm not making this up. Part of the agent's testimony was that his uniform smelled like mustard.
Yeah, he
onions.
could smell mustard. It bothered him.
Mustard and onions all day. So
mustard and onions.
I think that's worth. I think that's worth wasting federal money on.
I'd throw that in the
I would have
river.
snuggled right up to him. And
You
said,
want to
"Hey."
hear a really weird small world story?
Of course.
How small is it?
It's your show, Joe.
So we're eating at this place last night where you can eat at the bar. And
sure.
2-3 stools away was a singular guy. He was also eating at the bar, having a cocktail, and he kept looking, and I figured, he's going to say something. And sure enough, I got up and just to go to the bathroom and come back, and he introduced himself, and he said, "I'm one of the guys you saved when the boat blew up."
What?
I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I remember at White Bear." I said, "Yeah, I remember that." First of all, I didn't save anybody, but what happened was I was visiting a gal at the gas dock, and she gassed up this boat, and off they went. I was on the west side of White Bear, and they're idling out, and they got about 50 yards out, and it blew up because there was no blower, apparently. And the 3 kids on it jumped in the lake. They were fine. Smart. They didn't get hurt. So I grabbed an aluminum boat that happened to be there and rowed out, and they climbed into the boat, and I rowed them back to the dock. Bing, bang, boom. I didn't save anybody.
That's pretty heroic.
He says, I was one of the 3, and then he named all 3 of them.
He was one of the kids?
He was one of the kids at the time, yeah.
No, he's grown up in a bar.
Yeah.
When you say...
You're on
Isn't that weird?
You're in Skinner's on Randolph?
No, it was a different place.
Joe, when you say visiting a gal at the gas dock,
what does that mean?
Did she end up being pregnant?
No.
And did you finish before you hopped in said rowboat?
I have a much larger question.
I just thought it was such a small world. Oh, really? My word.
How do he recognize you?
I don't know.
What is he doing now? How long did you talk to him?
I didn't pursue any of that.
How long did you talk to him? The man that you saved his life.
Not long.
Yeah, saved your life. All right, thanks.
What's coming up on the ride?
I'll order the macaroni.
Okay, am I the only one that wants to ask this question?
Yeah.
I've worked with you guys for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've heard every story that's come out of your mouth
20 times.
30 times. I've never heard this
The first time he told
it,
he said he swam out there and carried all 3 of them on his shoulders.
Stories you haven't heard.
Walked on water to get back in.
So you've heard this story before?
I just thought it was interesting that one of those kids ended up being this guy sitting there.
So a can of apricots on the gas.
No, it wasn't anything to do with canning anything.
Right at the tallies under the tiki.
To discuss a history
tallies
paper.
under the tiki hut there.
Wait. Before you would set off on this attempted rescue, did you look at the watch and go, do I got that kind of time? I was going to tee him up.
I really got to.
Will you do me a favor?
I'm writing today. I don't have time for this ass.
I would have been a teenager.
Oh, okay. Gilligan, how did you find the free rowboat, by the way?
I think you're all completely missing
the point of the story. It's a small world.
Thank you, John. It's a small world story.
To say, hey, Dwayne, what have you gone on to do with your life?
Well, I don't think that was germane to the occasion. I mean,
I would be inquiring.
Matt, do me a favor.
What was the guy's name?
Go ahead and get that award, please.
Yes.
I would have been better off drowning.
What was the guy's name?
Rick.
Peter.
Hey.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
Tiger. Hey, how you doing, Tiger? Hey. Good luck. Happy to save you. Good luck.
The final nominees are.
Oh, here we go, John.
The final nominees are in for the 2025 Golden Turkey Award. I want to show you this award if he ever comes back in here with it. It should be right there.
He's grabbing lunch quick.
It's pretty small.
The votes are going to be announced. When's the winner going to be announced?
We are going to announce that at the end of the month of November, around Thanksgiving. Joe,
Let's
get
go.
it? Golden Turkey time.
Well, get this thing off the screen. The Golden Turkey thing. There it is. Look at that thing.
Wow.
The $100 bill leaking out of it. And here, let me see. Is there a past winner on here? Sure. You know who won last year?
Remind me.
Matt, if you put it down, I could read it.
Yeah.
Reusse?
Oh, the state flag boondoggle won last year.
That's right.
Look at this. That's metal.
It's a thing of beauty.
That's a nice trophy.
It's a major award.
So that's at the center of the American experiment. If you want to vote,
Had a boy, Rook.
if you, oh God, bless it. If you want to vote on the winner, go to the.
How do I do that?
Turn that off, please. Would you turn? Go to AmericanExperiment.org and you can vote. The final. Yes, the finalists are all up there, and it's a beautiful award, and we'll be announcing it on Garage Logic the day before Thanksgiving. Is that correct?
Why did you tell me that button is there?
AmericanExperiment.org.
I just won the Turk Award.
No, I would like to hear the Patrick music. What's up, boy?
Hey, I'm just sitting here. And
what's up, lad?
No. This is going
Not much. I was over at North High School yesterday, and I'm trying to write a column about that. They play Pine Island in the quarterfinals. They haven't been in the Dome here for 5 or 6 years, so they'd like to make it. But man alive, North Commons Park over there. The city is building a great big rec center there, and they're going to turn those fields into something that they haven't been in ever. So there's a lot of construction going on.
Pat,
over there.
Minneapolis North is in the same section as Pine Island?
Yeah, 3A. 3A.
Wow.
Pine Island.
Well,
Pine
that's
Island,
statewide. 3A statewide.
Wait.
We're in the playoffs.
Pine Island
I
is
get
south,
that.
Pine City is north, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Pine Island, those cities down there, all those ones down towards Rochester and down there, are growing like crazy.
Right on 52, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we in the high school football playoffs?
These are the quarterfinals. After this week, then they get to go and play the semis in the Dome, even though they aren't welcome, and the Dome treats them like crapola, like they're interlopers because they don't pay as much as they'd like them to rent the place.
It's high school.
But that was the People's Stadium. This was when the People's Stadium, was being built. They opened their arms and said, "Yeah, we'll give you those free high school days," but now they don't like it.
Ziggy's probably standing there with one of those change belts on him.
Yeah. They treat everybody like jackasses, and they don't let if you buy a ticket for a game, right?
Yeah.
They don't let you in until your game is being played. I guess you could maybe buy one for the whole day, but yeah. I mean, back at the Dome, you had a ticket, you just walked in and you sat and watched the other games, and they had certain areas, but they don't.
Terrible.
So there is a slate of games tonight, outdoors.
Yeah, there are some going to be played here and there. These two teams are playing Saturday afternoon at noon, but I think we had 8 or 9 last night on Thursday, and then there's a bunch of them being played tonight. What are we doing here? Is it going to rain or not?
I have no idea. We're inside the studio.
It was a little coolish, but Most of the semis are tonight around the Eden Prairie and Edina and games like that are tonight. So
are the Cretans still alive?
They are still alive, and if
are they 3A?
No. They're
4, I think.
4. They're the same as the Academy. What it was
Right.
5,
If the Academy wins and Cretan Durham Hall wins, they play each other
to see who goes to state.
Yes, to see who advances.
Academy will hand them their lunch too. I think
Probably they did earlier.
Academy has done a fine job of recruiting football players. So
as Jess used to say, good. Check out that C note in your cleats.
Yeah,
and he used to call it Cheatin' Durham Hall, not Cretan. Cheatin' Durham Hall.
Well, they've done okay in football recruiting, but basketball is where they really picked up their game the last couple of years. They're bringing in guys from North Dakota, so that's that was a pretty good get last year. So.
I have your sites. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
We have a bunch of places. Let's see here. Jordan's hosting one. They're hosting the Class A between Minneota and Lester Prairie.
Minneota will hand them their lunch. Minneota's a machine, man.
Mayo, Becker, Morris area, Buffalo, Southwest Minnesota State, and Grand Rapids. That's all in single A. And then there's Brainerd, St. Cloud, Orono, Hastings in double A, Ricori, Alexandria County, Apple Valley, and Totino Grace are hosting the AAA neutral site games.
Did the Cretans and the Academy play last night?
I'm looking right now for you, sir.
Play tomorrow, maybe?
Cretan is playing Chanhassen tomorrow at noon at Osseo High School.
I see. All right.
And Chanhassen's got a good club.
Yeah.
They move these things around. I don't know. I think they'd draw better if they just played at one of the schools.
Right.
They don't want to get. What is the home field advantage in high school football? Nil. If the other team's better than you, they're going to kick the crap out of you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
But Pat, I heard from somebody last week that the Chanhassen Chaska section championship game, they were turning people away at the gate because there were so many people that showed up for that game.
Well, they're the taxpayers for the same school district. Right? They have, but those are both their schools.
Yep.
Do you like the Vikings against the Baltimores?
No, I like Baltimore. I like Lamar. Lamar's got his act together. Now, Baltimore's not real good defensively, but we'll see. I mean, if the revitalized rushing defense that can stop the run, if they can, they can stop Lamar, then more power to him. And maybe he's not 100% healthy either because he was missed several games. But if he's healthy, I think he's the best there is, and that includes Mahomes. So.
Really?
Oh, he's a monster.
Yeah. What about this kid for New England?
Drake May.
He's having a hell of a year. I don't know a lot about him.
He's better than Brady.
Yeah.
Physically.
Hold on.
That's saying something.
We don't know that.
Well, guy that won 7 Super Bowls?
I don't know about anything about that. He's definitely, Brady has won all those Super Bowls, and that doesn't even count his girlfriend. So, that doesn't even. He's been a better. Oh, I almost used that word. I didn't want to use that word. I almost used that word. But he's been better in that category than winning football games. But but Drake May is fantastic, and I will say our Vikings apparently offered New England every draft choice they had for 10 years to try to get him, and
they said no.
New England said no, thank you. They got the quarterback. So,
where do you play in college?
North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got there before Belichick. Belichick would have liked him to stay for another year. He might not have the problems he's having.
Are Belichick and that 12-year-old still an item?
Yes, they are. Yeah. I think haven't they announced their nuptials?
I don't know.
I think they're going to get married pretty soon.
She must want that fortune, and she ain't letting go.
Well, she's. she was allegedly banned from the athletic department, but she's back now from going into the building and stuff. But she's back now, and he's proudly parading her around, too.
Look what I got.
She likes to wear those boots that go up past her kneecap.
But they're having a lousy year.
Yeah, they are. He's a one and done. He isn't sticking around there. No chance. He just, I don't know why he took the job, but it was well, the hot rumor was like 3 weeks ago they were negotiating for him to leave, and his family. Today, Wisconsin decided they're not going to pay the freight to fire their coach. They're going to. They're not. I think Fickle would have cost them $21 or $22 million to fire him. So they, even though they stink, they were going to bring in. They're one of the few schools that hasn't decided that they're going to fire their coach if he's not winning enough, no matter what it costs them. So.
Our Wild played well last night. They can't put the biscuit in the basket. They're struggling to win games.
Yes, they did have a 2-game winning streak. Now, did you see the play where the puck didn't go in the net, but they called it a goal anyway?
Rule 63.7, I think.
Correct.
Is that what it is?
Something like that. I saw it, and I think it was the right call by the ref because
the guy intentionally
lifted the net off the pipes.
There should be something in the net that when you do that, you put something on their uniform that kind of electrifies them when they do.
A little shock. Where the net says, "I ain't going nowhere."
Like invisible fencing.
Yes.
Something that comes around and it's attached to their crotch. So
that would be a completely new wrinkle in the game.
Wow.
Jeez. He appears to be in distress down there, ladies and gentlemen. He must have tried to lift the net up.
You can clearly see the goalie arm lifting the net off the pipe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just so you know, the Cadets play, Rochester Mayo comes up and they play in Woodbury, just FYI.
When?
I would guess Cadets
the
by
8th.
40 at least.
What, Pat?
The Cadets by 40 at least against Mayo. Mayo's not that really good.
Is Woodbury really a neutral site for Rochester and St. Thomas Academy? It's more of a...
Yeah, the Rochester delegation might be about 200. I don't know.
I aired the other day, Patrick, in celebrating a very distinct anniversary here in the great state of Minnesota, and I'd like to respect those people that have reached out.
We don't have time to play the whole
and
thing.
Requested.
It was a hell of a game. I mean, for $23, if you can get more excitement than that, hell, you're in the wrong operation. A hell of a game. And let me say something. As long as I'm in this fucking job, Snelker will be the offensive coach. I mean, no fucking question about that. I don't like to name names after a fucking game. We can't be responsible for the blocking. We can't be responsible for the fucking guys jumping offside. We can't be responsible for. We get down there and it was a dumb play by Anderson. I love Anderson, but it was a dumb fucking play when his foot was shoe was coming off up the line screen. We were howling take time out. We had a fucking trap play called, and his fucking shoe comes off. That ain't Bob Snelker's fault. We have another fucking trap play, and if Finney picks up his fucking feet, he walks in. We got the fucking pass to AC out there in the flat. There's a ball thrown in low. That isn't Snelker's fault. We got the second down, and I don't know what the hell, 2 yards ago, I don't know what, 15, 40, whatever the hell it was, and Irwin jumps offside. Now, these are things that have been hurting us all along, the little things.
Right.
We're working at them to stop them. We moved the ball good today. We went down there, and we didn't get the ball in the end zone. He did a sensational job. Now, last week down in the Giants, Christ, he ran 65 yards. This time he fumbles the ball. What the hell can you do? You can't. All you do is you prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys played their asses off. It's a big win. Big win. That was a hell of a great catch by Hassan. The guys didn't give up. A great catch by Hassan. This game reminds me of a Cleveland Brown game when we went down to the old Met Center. When we throw the ball century, he lateral the ball to Teddy Brown. Teddy Brown ran out of bounds. Made a great play. The next one we hit Ahmad on the squadron right, put it in, and won the division.
Jerry, your Snelker endorsement stems from all the stuff all during the week.
The guy feel like shit afterwards. What? Everybody booing the shit out of him. He works his ass off. And no smarter coordinator in football. They put his picture up there in a boo 'em.
Reusse, put me inside your brain as you're preparing to ask a question.
Wind him up again.
I was waiting for a 2-second pause because I wanted to ask you about what happened when they put Schnelker's picture up there.
Average boom.
I threw it out there as quick as I could. And, without that, we would have never had the send-off, the little send-off.
The bleepers booed him.
Yep.
But you were pals with him, were you not?
Fast forward to Jamaica. You're walking on the beach, and what do you hear, Pat?
No, not Jamaica. It was at
Florida.
Siesta Key.
Oh, okay.
Walking on Siesta Key, and hey, big nuts. Which, Kenny, my physique at that time was rather distinctive because I was 60 feet away from him when he called out.
Pat, when you got the reaction from former Coach Burns, did you give it the Kirk Gibson fist pump? I got it.
I privately did do that. Yes, I did. I was very proud.
You were very pleased with yourself
to get him going again. Yes,
I'll talk to you Monday, lad.
All righty. See ya.
All right, thank you.
Oh,
he sounded like he was reclining.
I am laying back and enjoying the day.
I have an update for you on the mayor-elect of New York.
Yeah.
The Babylon Bee is reporting that Mondani has moved the mayor's office under the Children's Hospital. I'm not sure when that's the standard procedure here. Yes.
So there's one thing I wanted to mention earlier when you were talking about him. You don't think the New York media is going to let him get away with anything, are they? I mean, those guys are jackals.
Yeah, but they're also part of with the exception of the New York Post, the Times and the Daily News. It's in their template to
part of the establishment,
favor the left.
Yeah.
They'll try to hide this guy, but the Post won't let them.
Right. All right.
The Post will be fun to read in the next couple months. Let's take a time out and come back with the Weekly Scramble.
We should. But first, I want to tell you about our friends at Masters Maples and mastersmaples.com. Our buddy, he's the owner, Ben. He is a proud GLer whose personal passion for maple syrup led him to creating Masters Maples 13 years ago. And from tap to table, Masters Maples brings you 100% pure maple syrup. It's a gluten-free, natural sweetener that can be used in cooking, grilling, and also glazing. And Masters Maples' full line of maple syrups brings a unique flavor to meals, but also many health benefits that commonly used refined sugars just do not. Simply put, Masters Maples is going to give you the best pure maple syrup that Minnesota has to offer. And right now, excuse me, you can walk into the door because you're so blown away by this amazing offer of going to mastersmaples.com. There's gift packages right now. So if you're looking to gift 100% pure maple syrup online at mastersmaples.com, the gift packages are there for you.
People are walking through glass doors to get the bundle.
Nothing is stopping them right now. The bundle,
we will do pull-ups,
the taster, the spread, the bounty, by the way. So you know what? Reward your employees or maybe your customers with the fine quality products of Masters Maples and mastersmaples.com. And also, you can go to any one of your Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores locations and taste the difference for yourself. mastersmaples.com.
Turtle. Here we go.
Finally, thank God today is Friday. TGTI Friday. It's the Scramble!
Damn right it is, and it's brought to us once again by our friends at Harmony Spirits. HarmonySpirits.net is their website. You know what? Fall's a wonderful time to make that trip down there to Harmony, Minnesota, and select all of those fine handcrafted spirits made right here in the great state of Minnesota. Look at those handsome devils, Larry and Damon, on the YouTube video right now. Yeah. Here's a really cool thing, too, by the way. They have those ready-made cocktails that are bottled that you can select.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, blackberry lemonade.
But you know what? Also, it's a wonderful gift to give someone in your life. And you know what? Go online, harmonyspirits.net, and you can see every single location that they have to offer.
Barrel strength. We got that? We got some barrel strength. Okay, good.
Are you low on your supply? Is that why you're asking?
Very low.
Asking for a friend?
In fact, yeah.
But you know what? Walk into the tasting room. They have that rotating menu of fall craft cocktails that are available. They also have a very active Facebook page. So a ton of events going on. But please do me a favor. Walk into your local liquor store and ask for the Harmony Spirits brand by name. That's how they're going to continue to grow. And they thank each and every single one of you GLers, Joe.
Just personally,
I
think the Washington Post should be more concerned about other things, but it's very important to them to point out in a couple of page length story, that the season's first outbreak of freezing Arctic air is headed towards the United States. Yeah. And it will register as the most unusually cold blob of air on the planet for a time. For a time, yeah. In other words, winter's starting. You know, you can get a cold day. Chilly air will reach the plains in the Midwest. 155 million people are expected to experience cold conditions.
Winter's coming, man. Johnny Snow.
This is not a story. Washington Post. Well,
you want to hear my Prince review?
Yes.
I attended the other night, and a little slow start to it.
Where was this held?
State Theater. It was a who's who.
You told us that already.
Yeah,
Skip that part and just do the review.
It was a slow start, and then it picked up toward the second half. It was good. It was not great. It doesn't compare to the movie. The movie took you by surprise. I don't know.
Is it fit for Broadway?
It might be just a little bit short.
How is the kid who plays Prince?
He had the good gyrations. He had the good sound. I'm not sure if it's ready for Broadway. I think it was a step below.
That's where she's headed.
I know, and I don't want them to get eaten alive. They really have to. They're going to have to up their game.
How much were tickets?
They were pricey. They'll set you back. They will set you back. I like the show.
You're America's guest, aren't you?
I am. I liked the show, but it just didn't overwhelm me. But I would
You weren't
say
feeling it.
If you like Prince, go see it.
Did you go to the party at the main room afterwards?
Yes, that was a blast. Open bar, complete, heavy apps, not light apps, not meatballs and sausage.
Did you visit with the girl at the gas pump?
Yes. She said, once I remember a man rowing out to the middle of the White Bear Lake just by the island and saving three individuals. And she said, I wonder what happened to one of those guys.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until
Do I
now.
have this pleasant announcement?
Hey, we're actually doing it during the week.
We're actually getting this in on time?
Shut your pie holes.
They have a current address.
Hey, Cynthia, are you listening? Cynthia?
Cynthia who?
Cynthia Beamish of Rosemount.
Here it is.
This week's GLer of the week, and you get the syrup box.
Go Irish.
All right. Cynthia Beamish of Rosemount, Minnesota is this week's GLer of the week.
Woo-hoo!
And she'll be receiving the
Masters Maples.
So everything that's in that package that you get with it.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic. Cynthia Beamish, congratulations.
I love when we're up to date.
Yeah. Only on this, only because they come to us all the way from the traveling Lymans who
Wanna
are
borrow my
southbound and down on the Atlantic Ocean in international water. They've now crossed the equator, a line notionally drawn on the Earth equidistant from the poles, dividing the Earth into northern and southern hemispheres and constituting the parallel of latitude 0.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, boy, I think this is kind of fun to travel along with them.
This is fun.
Like this. And you can do that at worldwidewaftage.com. I take it Kenny had enough, huh?
I don't know.
Is he frozen already?
On
Where'd he
this
go?
day,
Joe, today is November 7th.
in 1885, on this day, the steamer Algoma wrecked on Isle Royal. Oh, my God, killing 50 passengers.
Woo!
They must have had a storm come up, huh?
I bet.
The Gales?
That's coming up.
Yeah,
The
that's
Fritz, the Fitz is going down Monday. That's November 10th.
The F. Scott.
On this day,
November 7th.
in 1889, Northfield illuminated its lights by installing 67 electric lights.
Woo! 67?
That's right.
Why'd they stop that? What's their number?
I don't know.
I don't know why
Maybe
they
that's how
stopped.
many streets they had.
On this day,
Okay.
November 7th.
on this day,
November 7th.
in 1905, I almost lost my sight there.
Go ahead.
Horace Austin,
Go ahead, Sammy Davis.
6th governor of Minnesota,
Keep an eye out.
died in Minneapolis. He was born on October 15th, 1831 in Canterbury, Connecticut. After serving as judge in Minnesota's 6th district, he won the governor's seat over Democrat George L. Otis in 1869. As governor, Austin established a state board of health, divided the state into 3 congressional districts, and initiated a geological and natural history survey supervised by the state university.
You got to enunciate the syllable.
Yeah. On this day in Minnesota sports history.
Who'd we lose to?
Well, on this day in 1992, the Gophers and OSU had a brawl.
Basketball?
Was that the Musselman brawl? No, that was before
That'd be way
92.
too early for basketball, wouldn't it be?
I don't know what that was.
Was it a football deal? Or
On this day,
okay, November 7th.
in 2007, Williamson was fined by Childress for going to a funeral.
Oh, Troy. I remember that.
Thank God I don't.
Childress was not a player's coach.
On this day,
November 7th.
in 2011, the Twins fired Bill Smith and replaced him with Terry Ryan.
I remember that.
Yeah. And on this day,
November 7th.
in 2023, the Twins announced right sizing of payroll. In other words, they stopped signing people for a lot of money.
After they just won their first playoff series in almost 24 years.
Yeah, I can give you some news on the brawl if you'd like.
Sure.
Because it does involve a name we know. It was November 7th. A wild fist-swinging melee involving players from both football teams broke out with 3:45 left in the game. The confrontation sparked by a nose-to-nose disagreement between Ohio State quarterback Kirk Herbstreit and Minnesota defensive end Andy Kocheville after Herbstreit had carried out a fake and was hit by a Minnesota player.
Huh. I don't remember that.
I don't either. Kirk got a bloody lip out of it.
Yeah,
I don't either.
Kirk's made a good living for himself.
Yeah, he's
though,
done okay
being a
with his bloody
broadcaster.
lip.
Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit?
Yeah.
Where is he on the air?
He's on everywhere.
I don't.
He does college.
Do you ever
he
watch
does
a college,
pro.
anything college football?
Only, and it's very interesting that you ask. I check often
for weather
on the full slate of TV games, and I'm willing to settle on one where there's some really, really bad weather. And so far this year, in both the pros and college, I've seen nothing but delightful conditions.
No bad weather.
Now, they played in Denver last night. I forgot all about it, but I looked up Denver's weather yesterday, and it was nice.
You were okay missing that one.
Yeah. Who won that game?
Denver won 10-7.
Oh, my God.
It was a snooze
Who'd
fest.
they play?
The Raiders.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Thursday night games on Prime Video? Because Kirk is the color commentator on those.
Oh, I'm aware of them.
Besides his college thing, he does the NFL thing once.
I have watched Thursday night football.
He does it with Al Michaels.
Al's still doing it. He's getting up there, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Who's your favorite football commentator?
I like that Keith Jackson. Oh, boy.
He's been retired for
What are we going to do?
15 years.
I don't even think he's alive.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, he's long dead. God
Oh,
bless
Nelly.
Keith.
Oh, Nelly.
Reports of my death.
Subscribe to the Garage Logic podcast. Wait, what? YouTube channel. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's right. GL, we've got a YouTube channel, and on that channel, you can watch the show each and every single day starting right around noon. You can also see full segments, video shorts. There's behind-the-scenes footage. It's all there for you. Just search Garage Logic on YouTube, and you can search for us on all of our social media channels, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and X. And you can also sign up for the Daily Logician. That's an email that comes right to your inbox each and every single day.
How do they do that?
And it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today at garagelogic.com.
Hey, Garage Logicians, stick around for a preview of American Experiment's latest podcast with Grace Keating and Katherine Johnson. This week, we're discussing the communist influence on the weekend's No Kings protest, rising teachers' union dues to support radical left-wing politics, and Governor Walz's comments on his role in Minnesota's fraud epidemic. On the back half, Grace and I get to know the newest hire at Upper Midwest Law Center, the highly accomplished Rachel Paulos. Well, let's get into some of the news. I mean, the main thing is the No Kings protests happened over the weekend. One of the things we found interesting here at American Experiment is these protests were sponsored by the Communist Party of the United States. True, as John Phelan writes on our website, true enough, communists do not like kings, they prefer dictators. But I would suggest life under Charles III is infinitely preferable to life under Stalin or Mao or any of the other monsters who comprise the history of communism and government, with a total of 100 million deaths between them. And then he makes a good point that I always think about, which is, can you imagine if there was a right-wing event and it said that it was sponsored by the United States Nazi Party? It's not that much different. Communism has killed, as he says, 100 million plus people. It's a horrible, brutal, terrible way of governing a society. And it's something that now is propped up by the left and mainstreamed.
Yeah. If this was a right-wing protest that was sponsored, like you say, by the Nazi Party, every single Republican politician from our state level to our federal level would have to answer for this, would have to answer for every bad sign, and we'll get into some of them, would have to answer for every chant, would have to answer for every sponsor. And I think it's time we demand the same of our Democratic politicians. Do you condone this? Do you condone some of these signs we'll get into?
It's just another example of the far left influence on democratic politics. I think a lot of people attend things like these No Kings protests in good faith, completely expressing their opinions, of course, but not anything super radical. I think that was many people there. But when it comes to the leadership of the Democratic Party and the people on the left, they are radicals. They're extremely radical, and you can see that in the influence of things like the Communist Party, the Socialist Party, some socialist group was also a sponsor of this. Those are radical ideas. And so I hope that Minnesotans realize that when they're supporting even just a protest like this No Kings thing, that sounds very innocuous, there is a much bigger agenda there, and the money is coming from people with much wider and harsher goals in mind for America.
That was a quick preview of the content you'll find on the American Experiment podcast. Come check out the rest of our conversation at americanexperiment.org/podcast or by searching American Experiment Podcast on YouTube or any major podcasting platform. New episodes drop every Tuesday afternoon. See you soon.